So here we are, I'm at the campsite. I've been here since 6 o'clock this morning. I had to get up at 5, which I call silly o'clock. And I have the dog with me, so she's a bit of company. And it's been very quiet. It's a bit cold this morning, and I've entertained myself a little bit with a little bit of temple run, which is quite nice. And what else? This morning we was thinking about the fact that Margaret Thatcher's died. And I remember back to the 80s, and the first thing that I thought of was ding dong, the witch is dead. And well, I mean, you can't wish someone dead. I mean, I don't wish anybody dead, but at the same time, she did an awful lot of damage to Great Britain in the 1980s. Okay, well, maybe the 1980s, the unions had got too powerful, and there needed to be a strong leader, and she was as strong as they come. And well, the thing was that there was her, and there was the Keith Joseph, who was the Minister for Education. They did a lot of damage to the education system as far as I was concerned, and they made teachers' lives a living hell, and made it difficult for teachers. I was a teacher at the time. I was an art teacher in the 1980s, and I had to leave teaching because of the fact that I couldn't afford to live on the wages that I was getting, which is ridiculous really when you consider, you know, a teacher. I used to have to leave work early so I could get home, have a bit of time with the kids before I went out working as a taxi driver, because we were so poor at the time. And that was the other thing, the high interest rates. I mean, they were enormous, and made things even more difficult. And then there was the thing with the rates on the houses. Well, they changed it from rates into something else, and because it was so high, it went double what it was before, just because they changed the name of it, and made things even more difficult again. In fact, in the end, I left England and went off to live in Ireland, which was a far better place for me to bring up my children. The three lads there had a great time living and growing up in Ireland, even though they had to learn Irish in school, which they didn't particularly like at the time. But it was a good place to live, out in the countryside and so on. Gosh, you're getting a lot of life story here, and I've just started talking about Margaret Thatcher. I mean, she was more of a bloke than anything else, and in some respects, you know, they say, get a pair, grow a pair, for people that are going to be sort of strong and stuff. But when she didn't need to grow a pair, she got a vagina, and I mean that made her tough as old boots. Anyway, so there's people coming and going here at the campsite now, and I shall cut this short now and talk to you more on the next podcast from Dave Allen and Wizard Gold. Mac 20 questions, Spundicious, and all the other things that I call myself online. Bye bye now.